And we are live. We're live. We're live.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Welcome. Oh, hey, wait. Welcome, everybody, to episode 132 of the Crafty Boys. This week, who picked the beer?
That'll be Alan.
Alan picked the beer. So, Alan, the beer you chose, and Dave, you found it, right?
Oh, okay. This is a good thing.
I blame it all on you.
So there's a brewery that opened near my place a while back, maybe like a year and a half ago. And I've been wanting to do them on the show here, but they started small. They've only been available here on the island. And Shane, I don't think that you would have been able to get their product in Vancouver. Well, apparently that's recently changed. They are now shipping product to Vancouver. And so I was hoping that we could do them, seeing that, Dave and I should be able to get it, and you would hopefully be able to get something. So I chose the brewery itself, but Shane, you chose the beer. You managed to find something from them.
That's true.
You did get it, and then we went to go and find it today, and I did, and apparently Dave did not. But anyway, it is from the Victoria Caledonian Brewery and Distillery in Victoria. I don't really understand it, but it's a Victoria Caledonian brewery, yet the beers are called Twa Dogs.
Twa Dogs!
Which, and this particular beer is their Shun the Light Scotch Ale, which is a seasonal beer that they have put out in celebration of Robbie Burns' birthday. Now, at Twa Dogs, they are very Scottish. They do a poetry reading on Robbie Burns' Day. They have haggis. They wear kilts. It's a very sort of Scottish heavy place. Anytime you go there, it's an interesting place. If you go in, it's pretty impressive when you walk in the door. Shane, I know you've been there. I've been there. Dave, I don't think
I was there for their open house. I think the week they opened, they had like a big event one night. So yeah, it was great. Yeah,
I've been there as well. I've gotten a growler fill or two, and it's a pretty nice place. It's a nice setup. So I'm eager to have this.
I would have been eager to have that too.
Yeah. So you weren't able to get it, Dave?
I was not. I was staring at the shelves for whole minutes, and it wasn't popping off the shelf at me. I'm just
Did they have anything from?
Come here, little dog. Let's go. Let's do this. And finally, I gave up because it wasn't happening. And I managed to snag the young gentleman that was wandering around with bottles, and I said, "Hey, where's your Twa Dogs, man?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, it's right here." And lo and behold, there wasn't a goddamn thing there on the shelf. So he goes and looks, and he says, "Yeah, we got nothing, zero." And I've been in there before, and I have seen cans. So I'm assuming that it's sold out. And maybe with this particular one, maybe they just didn't bother sending it up because they didn't have much, so they just distributed it. Victoria and Nanaimo.
It's possible.
Maybe.
This is actually, I think this was released about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Shane was saying it just showed up on the Lower Mainland a couple of days ago. So, I mean, it's spreading. But like I say, it's a seasonal. So, I mean, it's not going to be around forever. And Robbie Burns' birthday is already passed. So,
yeah.
But anyway, I'm interested to try it. Did you get anything, Dave?
A slap in the face. Actually, I am looking forward to trying this. This
is that actually the name of the beer? Sorry,
slap in the face. Wouldn't that be good? Oh man, no, nothing so exciting. This is Wolf Brewing Scotch Ale.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's a Scotch Ale, so
and the gentleman in question that I was speaking with, he said, something else I can get you. And I said, well, I wouldn't mind Scotch ale if we can swing something. He said, hey, dude, this is the shizzle right here.
All right.
And he actually said he quite likes the Wolf Brewing. And I'm thinking in my head, yeah, that's really cool. But Shane probably couldn't get his hands on it because it's Nanaimo. So whatever. I thought in the spirit of trying to at least stay in the ballpark with you guys,
Sure.
I'll get the Scotch.
All right. So let's
All right,
open.
let's crack these open. I'm opening mine, of course, with my steam whistle green thing. Just because I can. All right, I'm pouring.
That smells really good.
There's my pour right there.
Now, I'm a big fan of the Riley Scotch Ale at Swans.
Hey, Peanut Gallery.
That tends to be for Scotch ales my my go-to.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in something else because
the blood of virgins.
Different thing.
Sorry, I was just talking out of my butt.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys just poured well or mine was extra sloppy or something. Because I got
like
quite
the color
a bit going on here.
Color is kind of like it's a dark kind of dark chocolatey kind of sort of.
It's not like black. It's I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a deep copper.
Yeah, mine is, you can't even see it because it comes off black.
Yeah.
But if I hold it to the light, it's actually this really, really awesome. It's a blood red.
A blood red.
Yeah.
It's a blood red. It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. On the camera, it looks black. But yeah, it's definitely not black. Looking at it up in the light.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
How does Locke put it? That's eminently quaffable.
That's eminently quaffable. that's a decent beer red.
I have to say, I mean, I'm a fan of a lot of different styles of beer, but I would say the Scotch ale might very well be my favorite. And that's saying something. That's a bold statement because I like IPAs. I mean, I love IPAs. I love a lot of porters. I love a lot of stouts. But the Scotch ale, that has a special place. You don't have it often. You can't find it everywhere. Right. And when you do find it, man, is it a treat.
I fully support that plan. Dave?
Yes, Shane.
What's the highlight taste of yours?
Oh, geez. Seriously?
And who's it by? Sorry, refresh my brain.
I think it said Wolf Brewing.
Indeed. It is Wolf Brewing.
And it's their Scotch ale?
Yep. Yeah, they just call it Scotch ale. I don't think it's got a naturally caramelized, it says. Deliciously rich. I would agree with that.
This is the first time that we've had Wolf Brewing, I think.
Oh, really?
Correctly.
Yeah. Well, I think I've noticed it before and thought, it'd be kind of cool. But then, of course, I'm just like, forget it.
I'm just making sure that we've documented this here because, first time.
So we basically added 2 breweries tonight.
We've added 2 breweries tonight to our roster. One in Nanaimo, which of course brings our Nanaimo total to 3. And we've also, of course, Twa Dogs, which is the Caledonian brewery, is now, wow. I'm just looking at the map we got. I gotta say, that's a pretty healthy looking set of breweries on Vancouver Island now. I kind of want to know if there's any out in sort of Cowichan Lake area.
There's one in Duncan, no? Or 2?
The one in Duncan that we've had is Red Arrow.
Yes.
And we talked about them not too long ago in episode 129, it would appear. So that's
Well,
only
there's
like 2
actually
episodes ago.
it'd be interesting to see, Shane, if you would be able to get any Gladstone.
When I was at the beer place today, they had lots. So
What? Seriously?
yeah, they had tons.
Holy cow.
I noticed it because I know where Gladstone is, so I kind of just
Right.
I don't remember what they had, but they had like at least 4 different ones, so different
Oh, wow.
kinds.
How about you, Alan? Have you spotted them yet?
Yeah, I think so.
So maybe we'll have to try them. And there's another one out of Campbell River, actually called Hearthstone.
Yes, I think we've done Hearthstone
I saw
before.
Hearthstone today, and
I'm pretty sure we did a Hearthstone.
Hearthstone Brewery. Yes, we have.
What?
We did it in episode 66, specifically. Shane says with his fancy spreadsheet. We actually did 2 from Hearthstone: the milk chocolate stout and their pilsner. So that takes us back to
So is that actually Campbell River? Am
What?
I right, or am I hallucinating?
Wow, Dave, you look exactly the same. Sorry, I've got you on one screen. I've got you on the other. Because we streamed that back in July of 2016.
It's possible because they were around at the point. But if you look on the map, does it show that it's Campbell River?
Oh, Hearthstone? Hearthstone is listed as being in North Vancouver.
Okay. What the hell do they call themselves? Maybe it's not Hearthstone.
Well, we can do a search for Nanaimo breweries.
Campbell River.
Yeah, Campbell River.
Or sorry, Campbell River. Sorry, there are breweries in Campbell River. Like, do people live up there?
Oh,
Well, that's a fun question.
Well, up in your neck of the woods, there, Dave.
Sorry.
we've
Sorry.
got-
It's Beach Fire. That's what I meant.
Beach Fire.
Beach Fire. I was delusional. For
All
some
right,
reason,
then.
I
So
thought
Beach Fire Brewing and Nosh House, which looks like it's in the deep, dark bowels of Campbell River.
yes. It really
Well,
is.
we should check them out sometime if I can find them.
I don't know if I was completely hallucinating. For some reason, I thought it was Hearthstone. Yeah, I have a feeling it'll probably be a good couple of years before we see any Beach Fire, down in Victoria or down, especially
yeah,
around.
I haven't seen them.
No,
I've certainly heard of them. I have not seen them. I did see Arrow Smith at Cascadia. And I
don't see a lot of Aerosmith though.
Huh?
I haven't seen a lot of Aerosmith, like couple 3.
No. But it did have the tag on it that said that it had been named the best brewery in BC for 2017.
Oh wow.
I wonder if that actually means anything. Like all those car manufacturers, when they put out all the commercials and everything, and everybody's got the JD Power and Equipment Award for, best car for 2017 or something. How can they all have all these awards from JD Power? And so I looked it up. JD Power is just some guy who, he started working out of his basement or something, and he created these awards and he gave them out to car manufacturers, and they actually ate it up. I mean, this guy is just a guy. Doesn't mean anything.
What?
They're completely meaningless awards.
JD Power and Associates.
JD Power and Equipment. I mean, maybe not so much today, but when it started, they were completely meaningless.
That's kind of awesome because it's like, I'm JD, and here are my associates. This is my budgie. His name is Freckles. Here is my dog. Look, she's a Shih Tzu. Her name is like that. Yeah, these are my associates. They rode in the car.
Loved it.
Didn't complain once.
Budgie thought the leather was eminently chewable.
Yeah, we have several holes in the speed holes in that chair. So, yeah. So anyway, what was I talking? What were we talking about today? We were going to talk about something there, Alan, and basically the biggest news of the entire week, if you're nerdy and drink beer, is of course we have had a rocket go into space to deliver a car. Tell us all about it, Alan.
Right.
Yes. Well, I'll be honest here. I'm a little bit behind the times. I didn't even know this was a thing until yesterday. Everybody else apparently knew about it. They even have, I guess, a channel where you can tune in and watch the car from the dummy's point of view. The dummy
not
that's sitting in the driver's
there were
seat.
several different cameras on the car.
So I
yeah.
guess the deal is Elon Musk, I mean, he's got bajillions of dollars, I guess, creates this huge rocket called the Falcon Heavy and launches it into space with a payload being a Tesla car. And they launch once they're in space, they launch this car on a trajectory, I guess, to go around the moon. So it's going to orbit the moon. Problem, they did their burn a little bit too long. And when they released the car, it overshot the moon and is heading out to the asteroid belt. But anyway, in this car, they put a dummy in the driver's seat, looking like he's got like a space suit on and everything, and he's driving this car around in space. And there's cameras on it, and you can log in and see what the dummy's looking at, and
it could be kind of cool, especially when it goes past the moon.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the cameras are only there when it was in orbit, and they've now stopped. So, yeah,
that's
it would be cool, but unfortunately, it isn't possible. But the big thing, actually, which I think is really kind of amusing, is that one of the things that I noticed online, just I guess today, was. Somebody had cut together an episode of Voyager and they had replaced, they took the dialogue out and put down subtitles. Yep. And it was basically like, we've detected rust rust. There's a rust trail. And so Voyager is flying around chasing, the Tesla, because that's what Star Trek.
Well, somebody else I read online was saying that they can just see, like, in 100 years or whatever, it's going to come back, but it's going to be like V'ger from Star Trek the Motion Picture, which is probably the most boring movie ever made, by the way. But
motion sickness.
I still don't get the hate for that one. I don't.
Oh my God, it's like the worst piece of trash ever. Okay, maybe not the worst piece of trash ever.
Oh, I take
the 2001 A Space Odyssey is the worst piece of trash ever.
Oh wow, like, okay, that's
the most boring film I have ever seen.
And let the flame wars begin.
Yeah.
If Locke was here, he would probably have something to say about that.
Nice. Well, I mean, it's kind of sad that I was not as excited to follow what was going on, because I only heard about it as it was happening. What's this thing? A rocket is launching. That's kind of cool. So I actually checked it out and I watched the thing lift off, and then I got bored and went away. But it is a very interesting development in space travel and basically anything to do with space, since we haven't really launched rockets. Well, rockets, I guess, but not, the space shuttle program's gone. The Russians tried to have one and never managed it. So yeah, I mean, there's all these cool things going on in technology, and rockets being able to take off and then land. I mean, that's kind of that's kind of awesome.
It is.
So did you watch the landing?
No.
Well, but it was very, very cool. Like there was there were two of them landed at the same time, and then I guess the third one kind of broke. It crashed out. So
it crashed in the ocean. It crashed.
Nice.
You see a door open up in Indiana Jones and Short Round jump out inside of a boat. Sorry.
Well
I'll
done.
stop now.
Oh my god, that just you know what that brings up? That brings up what was that Ewok TV movie series thing?
Why?
The Caravan of Courage.
Yeah.
I don't know why. See, I have trouble trying to remember important stuff, and I'm like, yeah, there were the Ewok movies called The Caravan of Courage. It was really good, and you know,
it starred.
They were talking a lot about space cruisers crashing, and then Wicket repeats over and over again, crash, crash, and it was pretty bad. So there you go. My life is this. My life is.
Hey! Speaking of Star Wars, did anybody see the trailer for the Han Solo movie?
No.
Yeah. What'd you think?
That's major hesitation. That's major hesitation.
Well,
he's trying to think of a way out of how not to shit all over.
I'm trying. Well, you see, the thing is, I'm not. It wasn't terrible.
No,
but I didn't get a sense of what the story really was about. You know, there's a lot of stuff, you know, with him, you know, I was kicked out of the academy and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't really get a sense of what was actually going to happen. Like, why was Calrissian there? Like, did they work together? Did they grow up together? Did they go to the academy together? Like, there's all kinds of things that were left out of the trailer that they didn't even hint at, which I like about the trailer, but I as a fan, I'm like, I need to know more before I go and see it, because that's just how I am.
The weirdest thing to me was seeing the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon in the movie looks brand new. Like, the inside looks clean and white. And weirdly, you know how I don't even know what you call it, but at the front of it, you know, there's those two things that jut out, and there's like the space in between it. You know, the front of the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, look at the two.
So imagine. Okay, so this is the Spock thing. Imagine that's the Millennium Falcon, where the cockpit is here, and you got, you know, some things sticking out here, and it's something sticking out here, and there's a space in between. Well, in the trailer, the Millennium Falcon is like this. There is no space. It's like it's like a piece of pie with a cockpit out the side, which is interesting.
They're just doing that just to do it.
They want to mess with us.
Design of the ship.
Oh, well, they say that Han Solo made a lot of modifications to it and everything, so it's not exactly the same.
I made a few modifications myself. She makes 0.5 past light speed.
Yeah, but you know what? I always had the impression that his mods were under the hood.
Yes.
They weren't going to be structural.
I mean, there's actually pictures comparing the hallway of the Millennium Falcon in that trailer to the to episode 7. So which technically is episode 4. But anyway, I'm gonna change topics today, because I just read this a couple hours ago. But do you guys know the band, the Grateful Dead?
Not personally, but yes, I'm aware of them.
Okay.
That's
no,
like
just
saying that
the
you read recently.
Dave. You might know this. John Perry Barlow.
John Perry Barlow.
I almost said Ballow. He died today.
Oh no!
Yeah, at the age of 70. So yeah, I read this a couple hours ago, and I was going to mention it, but I just remembered it because Dave, I thought you would appreciate what this man did.
Indeed.
Being a lyricist for, of course, the Grateful Dead.
Yes.
But I also read a bunch of stuff
Stuff.
about, so it was like some of his poetry and stuff. But then there's he is and I did not know this until today, but he's a co-founding member of the EFF, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, who is an organization that hopefully will save us from internet Armageddon. So I thought you might know who he was, Dave. So there you go. I'm passing that along. So here we go to him.
Damn.
To JP.
To JPB.
He is seriously, and you would appreciate the man for his writing. I think you really would, because his lyrics are phenomenal. It's beautiful stuff.
So I'm a bit of a. Of course, I'm aware of the Grateful Dead, but I wasn't like a huge follower of them. I wasn't a Deadhead or anything like that. And from where I am, the only person I was really familiar with was Jerry Garcia. So give me a little bit of an insight as to what. What was his name?
Barlow.
John Perry Barlow.
Barlow. Give me a little bit of insight into what Barlow meant to the Grateful Dead.
Oh fuck, he was probably the soul.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta say, well, I can't say a ton because yes, I'm a fan, but I'm not a Deadhead. There's no way I'm even close to being a Deadhead.
No,
Those guys
same
are
here.
intense. But I just know a little about the band because I kind of got into them over the years, and so I knew about Barlow. But yeah, I think that might be. Hopefully, Deadheads would agree with that way of putting it. Because his lyrics really added something to the music.
Agreed.
Because they're just so. Did you read any of the lyrics, Shane, or did you read some of the poetry, or
some of his other stuff? Yeah, but I mean, I haven't read lyrics from them for a long time, so. But I will today, later today, because it's important. Oh wow!
Yeah,
it can be burp. Holy cow!
I mean, really, the Grateful Dead. It's you can't really just put them in a nutshell because it was all of the guys in the band, the girls that were there sometimes. I think they all meant something to the band. It wasn't really a one-man show by any means, as much as Jerry is kind of the face of the band.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, can you do a Scottish accent?
Can I do a Scottish accent? Nope. I'm not even going to try.
Okay, so Shane,
want me to try?
So we've had a little bit of time
to
sample the beer here.
I need the bottle back.
And I think it's time, Shane, that you read the bottle, but you got to do it in a Scottish.
Okay, I will attempt to butcher a Scottish accent. I will butcher a Scottish accent. So what's part the light brown here, the back of the bottle there?
Yeah, so the black actually.
When winter's nights are drawing nigh.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, this sound like Scotty.
I'm going to attempt to do an accent. I'm going to mess it up, so don't hurt me.
Just pretend you're Scotty.
What? Just be Scotty?
Yeah.
Cotton. that's my Scotty. Cotton. What? Okay, this is brutal. When winter's nights are drawn nigh, when Geists, really? And Hullet's nightly cry when sitting tight by your wee fire, telling tales of Rab, the noble sire. Rejoice the moon and shun the light, for this beer's brewed to match the night. That's not very good. Shun the light with a dork, silky rich beer, screaming with pain, and malt brewed as a thirst to brew it burns. His birthday. Wow, that was brutal. It got better by the end.
It did.
Oh my god, what the hell was that? Okay, so there you go.
Oh, that was awesome.
Got all over my screen.
Our collective
yes,
apologies to the true Scots out there.
So apparently Robert Burns is all about that and a bunch of girls, I guess.
And Shane, how are the shields?
They're good. 40%, Captain. By the way, Darren Archibald, I don't know who this person is, but he just got signed to the Canucks. I don't know why, but there you go.
Oh, good.
Why? I don't know why that's important, but I guess it happened today.
So he's now a millionaire.
It is important, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
Oh, there was a guy on the Canucks, started the season with them named Derek Dorsett. He was a kind of a tough guy. He was having a very good season. His production was fairly high, but he was like a grinder kind of role player. So, he was kind of rough and tough. And he ended up, I think he had an injury before, like last year, where he spent significant time with some sort of a spinal injury. And he was given the okay to come back. And I think it was just a little bit before Christmas. He was examined by doctors again, and basically they told him he has to stop playing. So he was having probably what may have been the best season of his career, and he had to stop and retire suddenly. So this guy here that they've signed is basically going to be Dorsett's replacement. And ever since Dorsett retired, the Canucks were having a fairly good season this year. When they were expected to be like last place in the league, they were actually first place in their division for quite a while. And then as soon as Dorsett retired, they just lost something, and they've been losing games hand over fist. So I think the hope is that this guy's going to help right the ship. Now, I think it's a little bit too late for this season. They're probably going to be looking for next season, but whatever.
Maybe though, with this kind of expectation, zero pressure.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they'll actually make it through for once.
Well, I mean, it's not for once. I mean, they had a good run,
Well, they've had a few. Okay, yes, that's fair. They've had a few good runs, and then they just, as we all know,
and these things are cyclical, right? I mean, they'll have a few good years, and then that means that they're gonna have a few bad years, and we're happen to be in the bad years right now, and eventually it's going to go the other way. They've got some good young talent in the mix, and as they progress, they're going to get better, and the Canucks are going to be a better team again. But right now, that's not what they are. They're developing right now. So,
what about did you guys watch the that big, humongous football thing in the States on the weekend? Did you guys watch
on Sunday?
I think without realizing it, I did see a little piece.
Yeah. Oh, without realizing
how do you not realize it?
Is this that thing where they have a bowl and it's a really super?
Well,
thing?
no, it was just the game. Sans, 12-hour fucking commercials because I don't think we get them here. But it just happened to be on the tube. And while I was standing in the kitchen, I watched a few minutes. That was it. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't realize it was Super Bowl Sunday. Because, yeah, not a football fan. I don't mind it.
You know, I'm a sports
kind of
fan.
Game.
I'm a sports fan. I am not a football fan. I would rather stick needles in my eyeballs than have to sit there and watch a game of American football or Canadian football for that matter, but American football especially. Oh my God. So boring.
Why? Stop, start, stop, start.
Oh, that's all it is stop, start, stop, start. And, you know, you watch more beer commercials than you watch, you know, of the actual game. I want to see some actual action take place. Or, you know, a next level strategy kind of thing. Like, say I'm a huge baseball fan. I probably like baseball more than I like hockey. And true,
I never would have figured that if you.
Baseball is not action heavy, but the strategy that takes place, the game within the game, is huge to see how, whether this pitcher is going to pick off or go to the plate, or, there's just so many possibilities. And they all play the odds, and just to see, it's you really have to understand the game. But if you understand the game, you realize what a great game it is. But football, oh my God, shoot me in the head.
Baseball. I can't do his voice.
Whose voice?
Wiped like a blackboard. Wiped clean. Only to be built again.
For me, it's been all about wiffle ball.
Sorry, wait, back up. Wiffle ball?
That's the game.
That's your game.
That's my game.
What is it?
Absolutely. It's a ball.
Yeah?
That you play wiffle with.
You play wiffle. Is wiffle actually a game?
I think so.
You think so? Wow.
Well, wiffle balls are something that we use in baseball practice. They're those little plastic balls with the holes in them.
Yeah. You play. Well, I guess you wouldn't necessarily play t-ball with it, would you? But you can.
No, but like for when I coach baseball, so when I'm getting my team ready for a game, we usually do a little bit of batting practice. And what I'll do is I'll just put them, on the foul line with a bat, and I'll toss some wiffle balls at them, and they hit those. And the nice thing about the wiffle balls is they don't go far. So they're easy to clean up. So I can throw a whole bunch of them. They can have like a huge spray of wiffle balls all over the field, but nobody's going to get hurt, and they're easy to clean up.
Yeah, that freaking hardball, man. Holy cow. Actually, it doesn't even have to be a hardball. We were playing softball in PE one time, and
I don't know why a
softball
in
the leg, and it's
because it is not soft.
It's not really, no, because I got cracked in the leg, and holy shit, that sucked.
Yeah, I mean, even in baseball, they actually make these. They're called safety balls. So it's the same size and weight as a hard ball, but it's got a squishy exterior. If you get hit with it, it's still going to hurt, but it's not going to cause permanent damage.
That depends on where you get clocked.
I suppose.
What? By the way, I don't know who this guy is, but Alex Burrows, do you know who he is?
Yes,
He just got suspended for 10 games.
he did. So he used to be a Vancouver Canuck.
Okay, then maybe that's why I recognize his name. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
he
he
was a
plays for
Canuck.
Ottawa now. Okay.
He was a Canuck for a long time, and he got traded to Ottawa last year. He's had some kind of run-ins with NHL.
His knee into the crotch of somebody.
Yeah, he kind of toes that line, of being legal and grossly illegal. he's been accused of hair pulling, biting somebody's finger.
Are you actually being serious?
Yes.
Oh my God! What is this? Is this guy a hockey player or some sort of BDSM?
He is a hockey player, but he's kind of like in the same line of sort of Derek Dorsett, but maybe not as honorable.
Okay.
But okay, so with the finger biting thing, okay, so imagine you're getting into a fight with some guy, and this guy goes and puts his hands on your face and puts his fingers in your mouth. What are you going to do?
That's a fair question.
That is a good question, actually.
I would be asking why would his opponent even be doing that?
Well, I mean, figure that his opponent's wearing a glove, and it's a typical thing to face wash your opponent, right? So that's what was happening, and one of his fingers slipped into the mouth of Burroughs, and Burroughs bit down on that finger. Said, well, if he's going to put his fingers in my mouth, I'm going to bite down.
Gloved or on? Because you're just saying that there's gloves on.
Mm-hmm. There was.
So he couldn't have done any damage anyways?
No, not really.
See, so initially it sounds all woo. Mm-hmm. In reality, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I think that this leads nicely into the next little bit of information that we're going to share. 33 years ago today, our little David.
Dodge Pepper taught the band to play.
What? What happened 33 years ago?
The Never-Ending Story was released into theaters.
Oh my God.
So there you go. That's the most important news I've heard all day.
Wow. I feel old now.
Exactly.
Now, okay, my question to you guys has the Never-Ending Story stood the test of time?
This reminds me of the time I took the Never-Ending Story to court. My case against the Never-Ending Story. Has it? I think so. I totally think so. I don't.
Do you still find it entertaining?
I do. I watch it every so often. Maybe once every year or two. Kind of the same thing.
I have it on DVD.
Well, so do I.
I have it on DVD. It was given to me as a gift. And to be honest, I hadn't seen it in a very, very, very long time. And I put it in. I was bored to tears. Well, maybe not. I did cry. But it was. I couldn't sit through it. A lot of movies from my youth I can sit through. The Never-Ending Story, I could not.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Dave, what about you? When was the last time you saw it, man?
Oh, jeez. Forever. I think I've only ever seen the thing once, to be honest with you.
Really?
Because I think I didn't see it until I was a bit older anyways.
I think I'd only seen it once when I was a kid. And I remember liking it. But then I get this DVD and I'm like, oh, cool. So I throw it in. I'm like, what is this crap?
The only thing I've reacted to so far like that was Dukes of Hazzard. So that's made me absolutely paranoid, terrified of even attempting to watch any of those classic TV shows that I used to watch when I was a kid. So that's more about the TV, because here's the thing for our listener out there. I grew up, unlike these two, out in the sticks. We didn't have a fucking theater that I could just hop in the car and be at in 10 minutes.
Yeah, because when I was 10, that's what I did. I just hopped in the car and went to the theater.
Your mom would have driven you, knob. But anyways, it would have taken me substantially longer.
Sorry, nothing. Keep going. I never, Dave, want to hear the sentence, your mom was, driving your knob. That was like, no, don't ever say that again.
That is not what I said.
That's what I heard.
Well, that doesn't shock me, and it probably doesn't shock Alan either.
She would have driven you, knob.
It would take me a hell of a lot longer to get to a theater. So it was more about television when I was a kid. So yeah, it's a lot more of Knight Rider, A-Team, Magnum, all that shit.
But I think what Dave is saying is valid. Although, yeah, I couldn't just hop in the car and go to a movie theater. I did get on a bus and go to a movie theater all the time. Not when I was 10, but probably about the time when I was 13, which is something I would never let my 13-year-old today do. But I'd go downtown all the time on Tuesdays, and $2 Tuesdays.
$2 Tuesday. I remember that.
To go see a movie. I saw so many movies, like Police Academy movies.
Yeah.
Karate Kid movies.
Yeah.
What else did I see? The Ernest movies.
Never did see
so many films. Ernest movies, you can't call them films. Films are more classier than movies. I remember actually a friend of mine, we were big into Burt Reynolds because he had Smokey and the Bandit and the Cannonball Run and all these kind of cool movies, right? And then all of a sudden he's in this new movie and we're like, oh, we got to go see it. And it's called Best Friends. And it was a love story with him and Goldie Hawn. It was, I guess it was awful because I've never heard of it since. But me and my friend were like 11 or 12 and we go see.
Wow, Best Friends.
Totally wasn't for us at all.
Directed by Norman Jewison in 1982.
Holy cow.
Burt Reynolds, Goldie Hawn. Romantic comedy, loosely based on the true story between its writers, Barry Levinson and Valerie Curtin. Really? Interesting.
Valerie Curtin. I wonder if that's a relation of Jane.
Jane Curtin? I don't know. I will look it up. Yes. No, I have no idea.
Yes?
Oh, she is the cousin of Jane Curtin. Yes, she is the cousin of Jane Curtin.
Okay.
And they were married until 1982, and this movie came out in 1982. Wow. But that totally made me think of something to mention, but I will forget that and bring up the fact that Victoria Beer Week is happening in March, showcasing 50 breweries from around BC at dynamic events throughout Greater Victoria. When I hear the phrase dynamic events, I picture people being like, all right, in order for you to be able to taste the beer, you will see the beer in glasses down there with their names listed below. Now, in order for you to get here down the hallway to where we've placed our beer, you're going to have to walk down as I shoot live ammunition over your head. If you stand up, you will die. The beer is worth it. But is it that worth it? I think yes, but I'll let you decide. Start running, squirrels.
So Victoria Beer Week runs March 2nd to 10th. It's 8 days of different beer-related events, from home brewing classes to tastings to beer and pizza events. There's something for everybody. If you like beer at all, there is an event during Victoria Beer Week that's for you. Now, I'll go out on a limb here and say that I have never been a part of any event at Victoria Beer Week, and I'd like to. I just need to find somebody to go with me. Dave, would you go with me?
Sure,
Don't
Alan.
forget, Dave, you'll have to put out.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for holding that one back.
If I'm taking you out to an event,
I'm just like,
I
Start running,
expect a
squirrel.
little something in return here.
wow, the show just took a really dark turn. So, Dave, I really want to, I enjoy your company, and I wouldn't mind seeing you in person once in a while. So why don't you come on down to Victoria? We'll go to the thing. But there's a deal we got to make before we get in my car. Hold this flamethrower. Wow. On that note, boys and girls, I think we'll leave it at that. I'm out of beer too. So, but thank you everyone for listening. We had actually 4 people watching tonight. I don't know where you came from, but thank you for coming.
What?
They didn't watch the whole thing, but they were here for a while. So, but yeah, thank you for watching. And I will, of course, bring up the fact that Dave and Alan are going to start a new
phase
a new chapter in their lives at the Victoria Beer Fest, which is happening in March in Victoria. But what's the dates for the what is it, the 8th to the something?
The 8th to the 10th.
Yeah. So I hope you go there and drink beer, because beer is healthy and it's good for you, and you should drink as much as you possibly can, because hey, you only live once, unless you're into reincarnation.
And the Twa Dogs.
Oh right, yeah.
Shun
So
the
tonight,
Light
yeah,
Scotch
sorry.
Ale.
The Shun the Light Scotch Ale. I gotta say, wow, impressed, thumbs up. Tasted really good. I gotta say, I have to say I am surprised, because I went to the opening. I had some of the beer they had. It wasn't Twa Dogs, I don't think. But it wasn't stellar. So this makes me so happy. Yeah. And let's all shun the light. And Alan, take us out.